So I've been publishing on Etsy now for around 7 to 8 months. Let's take a look at how I'm getting on so far. So coming onto Etsy, this is what my shop looks like. So I'm focusing on book cover design because it's something that I have experience with, and it's something that I thought I could do better than what's already out there on Etsy. So scrolling down and having a look at my shop, you can see I have a featured item section here where I feature custom book cover design, but also some of my latest book covers. And then on the left hand side, you've got all of the different genres of books. So you've got sci-fi, romance, horror, etc. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I choose book covers? And that's thanks to a little tool called Everbee. So I was looking around in the self-publishing and Amazon KDP space at an opportunity to sell digital items on Etsy, and I wasn't sure what kind of niche to target in on. And so Everbee is a plugin that sits on your internet browser and it integrates into Etsy. And so the first thing that I did was go onto Etsy, start searching around in the search bar, and Everbee has this nice little plugin that shows you an estimated amount of monthly searches. So I was looking into things like book interiors, book covers, those kind of things that I could offer, which were digital downloads. And book cover design here had an estimated 260 monthly searches. And you can see here, if we click on this, that already a lot of mine are ranking at the top or near the top. And that's because I used their keyword research tool and looked at book cover design. And so if we come onto book cover design, you can see there's an estimated 260 searches a month and an estimated 15,000 competition. So what I did is when I was doing my keywords within my Etsy listings is I tried to find ones with less competition. So I did things like pre-made book cover. So you can see there, the competition is down to 5,000. But using their keyword research tool, you can find ones that have high volume but lower competition. So that kind of shows you the keyword research that you do using Everbee. But going back to my shop, let's take a look at how it's been doing for the first several months. So I started towards the end of September last year. And as you can see here on the analytics, I've had 815 visits to my shop. As expected, over December, the visits skyrocketed because there's a lot more people using Etsy and trying to find gifts and all those kind of things. And so it went down in January to a pretty stable level. And recently I've been getting between 50 and 90 visits per month. Now that's not a lot, but seeing as my products are between say $20 and $40, all I need is 1 or 2 sales a month and I'm happy. I got 1 order in October, 2 in November, 1 in January, and then 1 again in May. So I have to be honest, I've not been doing too much on Etsy. And so it's a nice thing to have there in the background and to keep topping up in hope that it will keep bringing in new sales. So my conversion rate is 0.7%, but in May it increased to 1.2, which is promising. And just from those 6 orders, I've brought in $152 in revenue. So to me, that kind of shows the power of Etsy, especially when you compare it to Amazon KDP, where you might make $1 to $2 for every book you sell. Here, one order can generate $50, $60, $70. It obviously depends on the genre and your niche that your shop is kind of focused in on, but mine being book cover design, it kind of warrants that $20, $30, $40 price tag. And what's great on Etsy is that once someone buys a book cover, they then might want a paperback version. They might want some social media banners. So I've started creating add-ons that people can buy on top of that single product. So that might mean that 1 order turns into 2 orders, for example. But taking a quick look at some of my listings, you can see that I don't get that many visits per product. So most of them only have 1 to 2 visits. And that's because book cover design's not really that highly searched on Etsy, but as you can see from my orders, there are people out there who are looking for it. So this one has 6 visits and a favourite. This one here, the dragon one, which is really beautiful, has 19 visits and 1 favourite. But going back to the details, we can come down to the shopper stats. So here, out of all of my listings, I've had 58 favourites. I now have 13 people following my shop. So the hope is here, as I create more listings, as I get more sales, I'll get more followers. That means a bigger organic reach, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get more people buying a second book cover from me, for example, if they enjoyed the first one. I've gained 4 organic reviews, which has been incredibly important on Etsy. It was quite hard to get that first order without a review, but now I've got 4 reviews. Fingers crossed those orders will keep coming in. And how shoppers found you. 61% of people visiting the shop were from Etsy, which is great. You can see here 169 people were through Etsy search, but I brought 39% of visits, probably through things like this YouTube channel and my email newsletter. So you can see that people are actually searching for my shop, which is really cool. But then the searches that they're searching for are pre-made book cover, custom book cover, sci-fi book covers, book cover design, etc. So you can see that there's not a high volume of searches for things like pre-made book covers, but when they are searching for them, they're finding my content, which is brilliant. So around 8 months in, I've made $150 on Etsy. Now, was it worth it? For that amount of money, no. But the idea, same with Amazon, is that I'll continue to build, and that $150 will turn into $300, which will then turn into $1,000. And then I've got a very good income stream that's adding on to Amazon KDP. So if you're looking for new opportunities, other areas to sell products, make sure you click that like and subscribe button and follow my Etsy journey as well on this channel. Now, if you've got any thoughts on Etsy, you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget that you can also try out Everbee for yourself. Click the link in the description below and you can have a free trial. Okay, that's it for this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.